Yo, once again, it's the Three Headed Monster Podcast. I'm Brother Brian, and we're just gonna continue this conversation that we're having about critical race theory. I think the reason why we jumped on this because we're gonna add some other brothers on, and we're just gonna collab, do what we do, the barbershop talk that we promote. That basically how me and Jerome do our podcast. So. What's going on, Jerome? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, D? What's up, Facebook fam? What's up, YouTube fam? Um, Again, we're gonna just continue this talk. We're gonna jump right in it, but as always, everything that we talk about is strictly from our opinion, and everything that we talk about, uh, don't believe anything that we tell you. Go back, research it for yourself, find the truth for yourself. Once you find it, come back. Let's politic. Let's build. Let's edify. Um, what's up, B?
No, no, no. We got the infamous, my man Crew Cut. What's going on, Crew Cut? Talk to us, man.
What's
Talk.
going on, fellas? What's going on with y'all?
What's up?
I had to stop by and get on one of y'all shows. I ain't been around in a while. I've been busy.
Right?
So I come catch up with y'all.
No, but I mean, we just want to get some other people, and I think Willa gonna come on too. So we just want to get other people's opinion on this, critical race theory, or you know what? Let's get the definition up. Let's do the definition so everybody can understand where we at.
Yeah, that might help me out a little bit.
This is critical race theory. Critical race theory is the body of legal scholarship and academic academic movement, civil rights scholarships and activists in the United States that seek the critical examination of U.S. laws and is intersecting with issues of race in the United States and the challenge mainstream America's liberal approach to racial justice. There we go.
I got you.
All right. So wait a minute. I got Rick's trying to get on. So let me get this on, and Jerome, you know what to do. Wait a minute. You still got to do your thing anyway, or did you already do it?
I just done it, B.
Yeah.
So what's he doing?
He playing hot potato with the screen.
Right. Well, for everybody that's out there, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're liking the comments. Make sure you comment while this show is going on, or while the conversation is going on. Don't be afraid to be a part of the conversation. How's it going down there in Georgia, my brother?
Oh man, it's nice. It's nice. It's hot. Yeah, it's real hot. But
right.
But everything's going well around my way. We still ain't got to wear masks in stores and stuff. So it's great over here where I'm at.
Right. Seems everything is changing back.
Yeah, we on our way back to a lockdown, ain't we?
It looks like it.
Yeah, but I think it's all for the wrong intentions. At the end of the day, it's a big cause of division going on. That's what I was saying the other day. And they're gonna fix it where you can't even go to the grocery store unless you're vaccinated. So they're gonna have vaccinated grocery stores, unvaccinated grocery stores, vaccinated schools, unvaccinated schools. So they might try to make all kids get vaccinated just to go to school, period. To go to work, vaccinated. So what they're gonna outcast you if you don't have this vaccination. They're going to figure out a way to make you an outcast.
Right. They're gonna force your hand.
Yeah. Then a lot of times most people gonna say, oh, I had no choice. I had to do it. I did it for my family or stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, I feel like we as a people don't have no backbone anymore, or we might have morals to a certain extent, but we don't have them to where it's for the greater good of us as a people versus just the greater good of me and my family. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I do. I do. It reminds you of not hidden, but it makes me think about Tuskegee.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying, and how they experiment on us.
Right. And then so that's an experiment that
Right.
we're going through right now. We're being the test dummies right now. And then, like I was saying, also, when you look at other cases like the what was that? What up, big homie?
Yo, quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Crew cut. Once you hit the link, does it say anything? Because I have somebody that's trying to come on and he's saying it keeps telling them to create a broad. You know what? There you go. Never mind.
I'm about to
Yeah,
say
you
y'all
sent
get
me,
on
you sent me the
iPhone.
right link that time.
Whatever, man. Yo, he got to wear that Boston?
He rocking it, ain't he?
Yo, what's good? What's good, gents? Excuse me
What's
for
going on,
tardiness,
Rex?
man.
What's going
How you
on, brother?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, well, I'm just. It's been a while since I've seen you. Been a minute since I've seen my brethren, man.
Right.
It's good, man. Hey, we're glad you coming on there. But yeah, crew cut. You were talking about the vaccine, which
Oh yeah, we was talking about just how it's turned into a division, to where you get it, you're able to. You don't get it, you're not able to. So that's why I said we were on the way working towards a mandate, and I believe it's for the wrong reasons.
hold up. How you feel about that? Go ahead. What you saying, Rex?
Are you talking about the mandate, Romy Rome?
Well, no, we're not.
No, that was Coach.
It was close, but yeah, that's what it seemed like it.
Well, New York and California has already
You know-
mandated for its employees. They've already got it for like a couple of 100,000 folks mandated that they have the vaccine to go to work.
I mean, the NFL is doing it too. So once the NFL,
I get an employer mandating their employees. I mean, I can totally understand that because my son was against the vaccine, and he ended up getting a job at a laboratory.
ooh,
So gets vaccinated now.
Right.
But it's enforced though. Like if you don't get the vaccine, you can't go to work. You can't go get a good paying job. So now you're forced to take
Exactly.
I guess that's the point, that it's forcing it on you versus it was voluntary, and now it's taken as everything is changing in this country, and I think again, this is my opinion. This is that last hope of this is their last push to hold on to what they have, because I feel like it's slowly unraveling. It's not unraveling, but it's unraveling in front of them, to them, not to us.
Yeah.
We just being who we are. To them,
I blame us for being ignorant. Go ahead.
Have we not always had this illusion of choice anyway? You talk
Ain't
about
no choice.
You about to go with liberty, because this ain't no free country.
I'm saying this is illusion of choice anyway. Do you wear your seatbelt because you want to?
Hell no, I hate that.
But then you don't. Do you complain about that? I mean, so
I don't like a seatbelt.
so I'm saying there's always going to be that greater good law that always happens, and everybody's not going to agree with it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. So I will be the last. I'm making a statement. I'll probably be the last.
And if I may,
go ahead.
There you go.
I mean, if I may,
go ahead, bro.
If I may, who is they? Because I think it's more of science making the decision by they, because they changes every 2 to 4 years.
Well, science.
So if they is the government, they can change, in 2 to 4 years. I mean, science is going to change. Science is going to change at a higher rate. But I mean, are we to ignore? Why are we ignoring science? I mean, what are the numbers out there that causes us? Because it's different. People are going to react to it. I mean, I got the shot, and I got the one shot, and the way other people that got the one shot were feeling several days after, I had to make sure that I even got the shot. I'm not bragging anything, but I had zero effects, side
You
effects
got
at all.
placebo.
And
They gave
knock
you
on
the
wood, still
placebo
to this
shot.
day.
Yeah, they hit him with some water.
No. What I guess
Hey,
what it is because especially with us, it's the history
I
that
mean,
we have been used.
do
What?
you blame us, Rex? I mean, come on, Tuskegee experiment. They test on us all the time.
hey, I'm not blaming anybody, but
Folks go to the hospital for a toenail infection and lose a leg.
no, I'm not blaming anybody.
I don't trust nothing that they got to say, especially the news media, especially when they say sponsored by. Oh, you sponsored by somebody? Yeah, you ain't gonna tell the truth. See, I don't trust nothing. That's why I say I'll probably be the last Negro to get it because I'll hide off in the woods somewhere and just.
I don't watch the news.
You don't watch it, so you don't have a glimpse of what's going on. You didn't see the speech yesterday where Biden was
I
talking
don't watch
about
the
making
news.
this bitch mandatory. You ain't see none of that.
No.
Let me try to find Biden's speech on the vaccine. Let me do my research.
That man said he's saying that he's trying to play it off like
I got the shot because I had.
So how you keep up what's going on? How you know if China's gonna drop a bomb?
I got the shot because my twin aunts. This. Hey, if I keep up with it, I can't stop it.
Yeah, but at the same,
I can't go to China and say, "Hey, stop the bomb." That's
yeah, that was a wrong. That was a bad.
Take me out
bad
right
example. More like food running out. It's gonna be a shortage of meat in about 30 days. What you gonna do? If you didn't watch the news, you wouldn't know that they don't have no meat coming to your city. So
the news don't really put anything positive other than hell, I found that damn tornado that hit Philadelphia was what less than like 10 miles from the house.
No, but I'm just using it as an example. Like, food shortages all through the community. Da 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 da. You wouldn't know what was going on. Period in the community if you didn't at least look. You ain't got to believe everything they said, but you can kind of get a whiff of what's going on by watching it. Or what bullshit they trying to put out. You don't think so? No.
I mean, my profession is IT. If I'll read about it. When I'm browsing the internet.
Right.
Other than that, man, I'm watching my shows and sports. And as I was saying earlier, I got this shot because I had twin aunts that this COVID disease took away.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
it doesn't
Back
matter
home.
what anybody. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. I took it because they couldn't take it.
Right.
They didn't get a chance to take it.
I'm not against anybody that do
stuff, it. If neither. I mean, hey, it's your choice. Do it or not.
It ain't our choice.
I mean, we're leaving here one day anyway.
Yeah, that's one thing you're not gonna stop. We're gonna die.
All right. So let's get to this topic that we putting up here.
For sure.
The history. Now, being around you, Crew Cut, and the history that you, especially the lot that you brought when it comes to Native Americans and us, indigenous people.
Right.
Black people, indigenous people. That is something that a lot of people, for one, don't believe. A lot of people, I know we do. I know me and Jerome. I'm getting Rex. I'm gonna get Rex on that level. But I don't know. He might be on that level anyway. But for us to be, when it comes to the slave notion or how, they don't want to teach their kids the bad part of American history. They don't want to show the ugly part, because everybody would think is you're being anti or you're going to be against your country by telling them all the evil that the country has done. But ain't slavery the biggest evil of this country?
No.
I just threw it out there. I'm just trying to get y'all talking.
That's a good question. I
Them
look
folk
at it.
taking folk land is the worst thing that happened. Go ahead, Jerome.
When you say biggest evil, I don't know how you classify the word evil, but slavery was legal in the United States. I know
Evil
that.
towards us, evil to our people.
I know. I'm just saying it was legal.
I got a question. What was we doing slavery? Was we Africans? Or was we Negroes? Was we colored people? Was we blacks, Afros? What was we doing slavery? Can anybody just tell me what race of people we were doing? Because you know, our title changed at least 4 or 5 times in the last century.
Indigenous?
It was never indigenous. They never said indigenous, pick this cotton. No, we were never, they never.
No. I mean, it's always been Negro, but we know the truth. It was indigenous. It is indigenous. It's the Native Americans here in this country.
Right. I hope I ain't run Rex off. Rex like, this nigga crazy.
No, Rex, he went to Audi.
Nah, bro. It ain't a person breathing that can do that.
I'm just messing.
Person breathing that can do that.
I like to keep it private, big homie.
You raise a good question. What were we, man? And unless there's something documented, who can tell us what we were then?
I think that's the problem.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the problem, and that is the problem, because if you take the baseline of who we are as a people, we have no foundation. We have nothing to stand on.
Okay, Reconstruction. Who was we?
They consider us Africans then.
Nah, you didn't get African until 1989, my friend.
No, that African American.
That was African, ain't it?
Yeah.
And look, I can show you proof.
Show it to me. Fucking goddamn it.
Here we go.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm putting you
on the Africans that came, they was noted and always called Africans. They were always called Africans. They weren't never called. They didn't mix us. They didn't mix the two. He said
they called you free men.
All right, my man Wesley said the Negro Act of 1740.
That's Mr. Waltho.
Mr. Waltho be putting that knowledge out there.
Mr. Waltho, the truth. That's what you need to have on him. But he out there in Oklahoma out there, and he deals with a lot with the American Indians here in America. And that's a powerful brother right there. I mean, shout out to Mr. Waltho. I still got your straw hat, Mr. Waltho, just so you know that. But but yeah, I'm the division. That's why I was coming with the division with the race. You change this up every so many years. After a while, you're not gonna know who you are. You get what I'm saying? So that was the purpose of keep changing you up every 10 to 20 years. You'll be something else. Because when James Brown came out with "I'm Black and I'm Proud," boy, we all stood on that. We stood on it big time. And that's the beginning of mass incarceration when we became black. But
true.
So South Carolina, a damn home state. Well, I take that back. That will be me. Well, that me and Rex home state. Carolina passed. Is this what you're talking about, Mr. Rothrow?
I lived there.
Again? Oh, that's right. You wasn't born in South Carolina.
Right.
Where's my home?
Look. Enslaved African people from growing their own food, learning. That's my first time hearing that, growing your own food, but learning to read, moving freely, assembling in groups. They doing that shit now. Let 20 niggas get together somewhere, and I bet you they go run them down, slam them on their neck. What you niggas doing? I bet you they do that. This stuff is not changed, y'all. It's still going on right today. Go get a barrel and let it rain outside.
Not only are they doing it, hell,
go collect some rainwater. I bet you they take.
Not only are they doing it, hell, people that look like us are doing that shit.
What you mean?
And even congregate among our own.
Right, but they're able to. They're able to go sit in the Kmart parking lot, 50 trucks deep, and act a fool with the Carolina dump. You know what I'm saying? And do all that. But let us get together in some Chevys and just be 4-5 cars, and we about to be laid down, dogs through the cars and the whole nine. They're gonna treat us like we ain't got no business being there.
Yeah, we're one of the few ethnicities, if not the only one, that don't get the benefit of the doubt of congregating without bullshit.
It's because we allow them to do that is the reason why we will continue to be where we at today, because we continue to allow them to do it.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to fight against that.
You ain't got no choice.
Knowing what we're going up against.
If you don't fight, you just gonna continue to get effed up. You know, just like when you go to school and the bully keep bullying you. If you keep letting them bully you, is he gonna wake up one day and say, you know, I'm sorry for bullying you? No, he's gonna keep bullying you. Yeah, he's gonna always come take your lunch money.
Mr. Walthrow, I'm looking for that original act. I'm looking for it right now. Is it the one that's for South Carolina? Because that's the only one that keeps popping up.
I got all these screens on the same one.
I know. I had looked at that Slave Act. I think it was 17. It may have been 1740, but from what I can remember from years ago, it was Article 4 talked about the only people that could be called Negro were Africans.
What?
It said the word Negro cannot be associated to Egyptians, Lanzir, the barber, and was one other.
That's deep. One
other. It's been years since I've seen it though, but it was Article 4. I remember that.
Article 4, because this is kind of like I'm trying to do my best. This is coming out with stuff slowly. This is one thing that I got, especially O'Neill is pressed against that, arguing that received testimonies from enslaved Africans. Bullshit. Christians, black churches under oath, Negroes, slaved or free, will be willing sanctions on the oath. I don't know if that's what he's asking, because they keep talking about the slave code of I wish if he had a link, it would be awesome if he had a link that I can just click onto it. I wish if he had a link, it'd be. Uh-oh, who got me on the echo?
No, that's me. I'm trying to get to the comments.
Hey, can you pull it up on yours, Crew Cut? Or Jerome?
I'm on it.
You try to find this? Because I'm going to see what he's saying, because he have said that before. And I just want to make sure.
Oh, they got the PDF.
Where the hell you find that at?
Hold on, I got it. Slow down. Negro Act 1740 PDF. Here it is. Damn. Still clicked on the wrong one.
See, it ain't just me.
No, I got it right here. PDF. Slave code. All right, I got it. I can show it. It's only, how many pages is it? It's
Well, just show us the beginning part of it.
It's 21 pages of it. I don't think this is it. Let me see. Hold on. think this is some teaching someone did. No, this is it. Hold on. All right. Let's see. Share. I ain't did this in a while, y'all. I got 2 screens up. All right, there we go. All right.
You gotta blow that up, dude. I can't put glasses on the damn computer.
I got you. Hold on. I got you. Say more.
Or just read it out. That's what my man is.
There you go. I know you can read that.
All right, where the plantations of America, slavery has been introduced and allowed, and people of the common called Negroes, Indians, mulattoes, or mosquitoes. Anybody know what that means?
Mestizos. You know the Migos.
All right, so we're talking about Spanish. Not saying Spanish, but
no. Where is it? Just plantation of America, slavery has been introduced and allowed, and the people commonly called Negroes, Indians, mulattoes. Basically, all those is the same people at the end of the day. Negroes, Indians, mulattoes. Mulattoes. A lot of people say mulatto means a black and white child. From my studies, mulatto means they couldn't determine your ethnicity.
Yeah, because of your lightness of your skin. Because my relatives on my dad's side are all basically mulattoes.
Right, mine too have been deemed absolute slaves and the subjects of property in the hands of the particular persons. The extent of whose power over such slaves ought to be settled and limited by positive laws, so that the slave may be kept in due subjection and obedience, and the owners and other persons having the care of the government of slaves may be restrained from exercising to great rigor and cruelty over them, and that the public peace and order of this providence may be preserved. We pray your most sacred majesty that it may be enacted.
Mm.
Damn.
And then the funny thing is, he turned around and he posted it himself.
That's how they changed the classifications. That's it right there. Well, I just read it, Mr. Waldo.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of, it's.
Oh, Mr. Waldo ain't bullshit, I'll tell you.
See, that's the problem, though. What are we? I mean,
who's teaching this stuff? That's it.
That's it.
This stuff right here. That's the $1 million question. I gotta wait till I get my 40 to learn about this shit. Is you serious?
Actually, yeah.
So if I go try to show some 18 to 20-year-olds, majority of them gonna be like,
nah,
it ain't poo shiesty, it ain't got no bling on it, I don't want to hear nothing about it. And that's why I say that rap music then became a curse to our people. Man, what? So if you think about it, I ain't trying to change the subject. Back in the day, they say hot potato do the twist. What we were doing the twist. Fast forward.
Think about it. But hello, how crew cut? Are you in your 40s?
Yeah.
So you.
I can't hear you. Going dit.
Brian.
So we had the Black Power movement. Say again?
You got to change your service.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
Sound like Kendrick Perkins last night.
Brian.
Wait a minute, I'm good or I'm not good?
You good now. What you just said is what I'm trying to get to. The music was what we went by. If you was like fight the power, everybody was fighting the power. If it was, if you come to the 90s, tear the club up, what we was doing? We tearing the club up. If they said throw bowls, we was in there throwing bowls. Now all the music now is shoot him in his head, kill him dead. This is the normal lyric in these 16 bars. Somebody's killing somebody. So now we're doing what the music is telling us. Simon Says right now. So now we got to figure out a way to put a pause on this, on Pooh Shitty. I mean Pooh Shiesty. We got to figure out a way to put a pause on this stuff.
So Rex, what do you think about when it comes to music? Because I know, I don't know what was your big music that you were listening to in high school.
Well, I mean,
During high school now.
first of all, music, music began to influence me. My mother put a stop to that. Okay,
Oh,
because she paid attention to my actions. So if I
true.
so if I was portraying myself as something, as soon as I hit my house door, I had to snap to whatever I was before I left the house.
Oh, that's what's up.
And not being able to be that transparent, I couldn't allow anything to influence me that would get my ass whipped. So what really influenced me was fear of my mom.
Thanks.
Music, I mean, music is in us because your grandfather and my father, they were artists.
True that.
Okay, so music is in our DNA. So we listen to all types of genres, you know what I mean, and we gravitated to what we like. So some of us, were, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else. I just knew what Louise wasn't tolerating, and foolishness wasn't. She didn't begin to turn that volume up at all. I tell people all the time, I don't know if a father would have influenced me more than my mother did if I'd had a 2-parent household, because she was no joke. She prepared me for 2 boot camps that I went through and was a leader in both of them because of the way the discipline I had. And I looked at a quote in my yearbook. Well, a friend of mine told me, said, "This is a quote from you at 18." And he took a snapshot and showed it to me so I wouldn't misconstrue it or it bled in somebody else's quote. And he went on to say, "Negro, you've been like this all your life." And I went dead silent. I said, "I'll be damned. I wasn't taking no bullshit back then either." So I don't know if I'm a good example for that because
No,
I have my upbringing wrong,
everybody's an example.
but
Everybody's an example.
When it came to anyone outside that household influencing me, hey, no, my heroes resided inside that household, man. I couldn't afford to listen to any foolishness and bring that stuff back because it would cost me some lashes.
But see, that's the difference. You were saying you would leave to hear that it wasn't in the house. Now kids are being raised by YouTube and they're watching this nonstop. They're being raised by the phone. So now it's like, okay, now I can easily program your child because he's watching me more than he's listening to you. You get what I'm saying?
Nail on the head. Nail on the head. Nail on the head. And see, and that should lead us to the point is, would it really matter what's being taught in the schools if the devices are going to be raising these kids? I won't say that it won't matter, but by the percentages, will it?
Well, we just went through a trial period last year where all the kids had in-home schooling. They gave all of them Chromebooks, and they sat at home and did school for the last 2 years. So now you tell me why we even have school buildings up now if they're teaching them at home now. I got one going in the 12th grade. His last 2 years was a walk in the park. He could sit right here and just play Xbox and be in class at the same time type deal. So the whole wave then changed from 1920 to 2020. We're on a whole new wavelength.
So what is the white America scared about history that is coming that's coming to fruition? What part of that? Say again?
That this is our land and it can be proven that this is our ancestors' land. So that's why they build it on top of all these subdivisions on land. They had to fight so hard for these subdivisions back in the day because Most of these subdivisions on top of Indian burial grounds and stuff like that. And they started showing you this stuff back in movies. They threw it right in your face. When nobody paying it no attention, it was like, oh, this is a scary movie. No, they telling you what the fuck going on. These folks about to take subdivisions and put them over your ancestors' grounds and stuff like that with these little blow-up houses where tornadoes come through and take the whole town in 30 seconds. So it's just like we need to really just change our way of living and thinking, man. I swear, we in trouble. It's gonna take us old heads though, because right now we in trouble. That's how I see it.
What's valuable to us? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we in trouble.
What's valuable to us? Because we get a piece of land, or say for example, we buy a home. As soon as the market explodes, we looking to sell it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's an interest that they really don't have
Why is that our mentality?
Why is what? Hello, Rex. What'd you just say?
Why is that? Why is that part of I said when we buy a house or anything, and I'm just generalizing. I'm not pointing any fingers. When we buy a house, when the market goes up, why do we look to capitalize on that so fast instead of maintaining it, growing it, and leaving it?
Probably because we live in the now. We want to
instead of.
I think it's because we live in the now. We too busy trying to see
definitely
who can show who has the most. We live our achievements off of what we have right now.
We're clout chasers.
Right, and it's a horrible thing.
Hello, Jerome. You're getting too quiet, man.
Sure is, man.
No. I'm good. Go ahead. I got a lot of background noise right now.
Oh, I got a lot of background noise?
No, that's Jerome. I don't know what's going on with him.
Me.
Oh, okay. Right. White folks are on the bottom of society, which is common sense, because not trying to just throw shade, but ain't no way you can be in school. When I first moved to Georgia and they put me in high school, and I'm looking like how could these folks take over? Like I can go through 10 of these folks by myself, just like we're more dominant than they are physically. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do nothing with us. The world can't do nothing with us physically. So how was they able to come and conquer? And then that comes all the way back. My answer to that is 1638. That's my answer to that.
Ooh, 1638. Wait a minute, 38. We talking about Virginia?
Nah. I'm talking about Connecticut. Hartford.
Okay. What were you going to say, Jerome?
No. That last thing that you put up. I
don't know. That's interesting.
I can see, hey man, who killing us most right now? I'm done.
Is he gonna talk about your Moorish people? B.
Oh, here we go.
I'm saying he need to elaborate. Tell him to elaborate on that.
Who? Mr. Wesley?
Yeah. He needs to elaborate on that.
Yeah, he need to elaborate on that because you ain't getting ready to slide me under this bus. So our oppressors always look like us, boy. This dude is dropping it.
Hey, that's it. Who's the person that's right now?
I mean, right.
You got the niggas that work in the police. They know everything we know because they is us.
You got me curious of.
I mean, hey. Mr. Wesley raises a good point. I mean, where I live now, just everywhere I go, except when I go get a haircut or what have you, or do an emergency food pantry, once a month, etc. If I go anything outside of doing my community work, I'm the only black person in it. I'm not afraid at all. But if I make a wrong turn in one of these hoods, then I have to, make sure that my heat is easily accessible.
Ready.
Because I know for no reason at all, somebody's going to come to me.
I don't mean bad,
and I don't mess with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, because I'm the same way too.
That's sad, man.
Well, I'm like that on both ends. Because from Chicago,
that's sad, man.
I had to learn communities, blocks, and different things like that. But then when I moved down south, I had to learn like down this dirt road down there on this road down here. We don't go down here, man, with these folks here down here around the nighttime. We leave these folks alone over here. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is down here. Like I can go back road all the way to Columbus where I'm at. It takes about an hour on the back road, but in some cities you don't want to get caught in. You get what I'm saying?
You country is shit.
I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to get caught in these little back towns, boy. Them folks
trust me, I know. It's places in South Carolina you want to go. It's a sundown city.
And these folks will hide you, boy. Like, y'all seen Coach?
Wait a minute. I need to understand that Mr. Wesley talking mostly about the Morris movement, or is he just talking about? I need to understand where he's going with this before I just come out there, because I know what Jerome trying to get me to say.
Can't nobody that doesn't look like you can ever get close enough to hurt you. That statement there is the truth. That ain't nothing but the truth. That ain't nothing but the truth.
Yeah, but they use us against each other. True.
They're doing a good job. Lil Nas X. I'm sorry. Now they know kids. Every child has a cell phone and has a YouTube. These little boys looking at this crap, man, and we don't know they're looking at this crap. This is sad, man.
Yep, and they're growing up with it. It's conditioning them. It's molding them.
Yeah,
man.
their whole culture is sad, man. They pushing the wrong agenda. That's Black Lives Matter. They pushing that culture. LBGQ. I ain't say nothing bad about them, but they pushing that culture.
Yeah, they pushing that crazy culture.
Your child
that's going to become the new history now.
Your child can make the decision of who they want to be, but they can't sign a contract. They can't go in the store and buy a beer, but they can go. They can say they want to be a man or a female. Man, come on, man, playing with me.
Whew. Listen, man, you're running on all cylinders tonight. I don't know what you had to eat or drink, but you're running on all cylinders, bro.
But at the same time, what is it that
I can't even begin to object. I love to object, and I can't even begin to object, man.
No, but the thing about it is we lost teaching our kids, like you were saying, Rex, the way your mom were. My dad used to tell me a lot of different things. We allowed the system to teach our kids versus we teaching our kids whatever it is that they need to know. Because the best way for you to teach a kid is by the experience that you deal with. And nobody listens no more. Kids don't respect adults no more.
Man, a 13-year-old will blow your head off right now.
Well, you know what, man?
You can beat his ass, but you can't beat that gun.
Yeah, you got to find it first. But go ahead.
Nope.
What was you going to say, Rex? Because you got something on your mind. Let it go.
Cuz you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, I mean, we've got to raise. Unfortunately, there might be parents that have to go to school to be parents. You know what I'm saying? Because they're afraid or don't know how. I hate to say don't know how, but that's a reality. I mean, what I learned and acquired before I became a parent, that's what I implemented. But I basically implemented the way I was taught because that conditioned me. And that was the basis or the foundation, if you will, that I had that I could pull from in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew based on experiences that I witnessed how far should I discipline? How far should I go with it? If I hit him a couple of times, or I talk to him a little longer, the next time do I have to pop him a couple of times? If he does it again, how many times will I have to pop him? Do I pop him hard enough when I pop him those first couple of times? Will that do it? And a lot of times it did. Like my mother told me. My mother said, she said, what are you disciplining him with? And I said, with my hand. She said, you're making that knacker tough. So I went out and I remembered that. I said, huh. She said, how did that switch make you feel? And I was like, oh, I mean, it hit me like a building just fell on me, bro.
That's what to bring fear to your heart. You see, especially if they tell you to go get it. It's that. But the point is, we're so sensitive that we don't want kids to deal with fear like that.
Right.
That switch changed the game, bro. With my son, my youngest one, that switch changed the game.
Okay.
I would find them broken around the house,
So what y'all referring to is
I really had to use it. All I
village,
had to do was hold it.
The village raised you when you was growing up.
That is facts. Hell yeah. That notion is done. Nobody wants you to touch their kids now.
Well, what? We used to have a lady on the end of the block. We call her the cussing lady.
Yeah.
Man, that lady will cuss you out and go down the street, grab you by your head, drag you all the way home, and then your parents gonna beat your ass just because you down there showing out.
True.
Key word is because we held our community to a certain standard.
But I got Bukins growing up. I didn't get whoopings. I got Bukins. Yeah, I got my ass beat. My mom was a police. I got baptized. Only a few times, but they was some baptisms because I was a reborn man the next day.
Cuz your comment is twofold. Okay, in my opinion, the village raised us true enough, and the parents don't want, nowadays the doesn't want to be involved, and the parents don't want you to say anything to their kids. That's twofold. Okay, in my opinion, the parent should be willing to receive that assistance, especially if they know the person. They really congregate and the person knows them, and they trust that person will only call them if something, the child has done something wrong, etc., trying to save that child's life. But then you have to have the village that give a damn enough that are so self-absorbed into their own life and their own business that, they would be willing to say, hey, I don't think your mom or dad would like that if they knew you were doing it. Or does your mom know, does your mom and dad know what you're doing out here, et cetera, et cetera. There are limits, that's, to me, that isn't that difficult of a hurdle or a line approach from both sides, the village and or the parent.
That's right. That's right.
But I tell you what, in my gym, bro, I don't care how you're raised. Okay, because once you come on my side of the gym, you belong to me then.
What gym you got? What you do, Rex?
To what we're trying to teach you. Hey, I hold the door for you.
What you do, Rex?
When I coach student athletes, basketball.
Oh, okay.
I coach student athletes in basketball.
I like basketball.
When I say touch that line, I'm telling you to touch that line, not mom and dad.
Right.
And if you don't touch that line, then I'm gonna see how strong you
right.
are, and then I'm gonna make you stronger by you push up that line. And if you have a problem with that, then hey, go to another program that's gonna let you not touch that line, because you're touching that line right here. Period.
Facts. Well, I was like Mr. Waltho.
Don't acquiesce to nobody.
Boxing, Rex. I got some fighters. I got a lot of boys that I take around and spend my own money and take them to different gyms and let them spar with different gyms and train them to death.
Yeah.
And I don't play that that Pooh Shiesty music that these kids listen to. That's his name. His name is Pooh Shiesty.
Oh
I
yeah.
call,
What the hell
I
that is?
call him Pooh Shitty.
Yep.
Every time he come on, I be like, Pooh Shitty. They know I don't play with him. But I play that old school music when they train. You know what I'm saying? I take it back. I let them. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody getting their head blowed off nowhere. You get what I'm saying? I let them get that in.
The love music,
That's right.
music that trying to take somebody's skivvies off.
Yeah, man. They don't need it. Yeah, they don't need it. So at the end of the day,
and it works.
The racial thing is, like you say, nobody's teaching this stuff. Nobody's empowering us. You can't be empowered if you think you come from Roots. If you seen that movie Roots and you think that's your beginning, then we not gonna make it. You see what I'm saying?
Is that not critical race theory right there, then and there? Because you're teaching us a falsehood when it comes to,
right.
So think about it. Is history? That's the point about everybody that I fuss at and I argue with. History ain't history. What history are you telling me you learned? Because everything that you was taught is wrong.
Yeah. It's from their standpoint. It's from how they put it.
Yeah, it's his story.
But that's what makes them great.
There's a Pooh Shiesty, dude.
Anybody listen to that shit?
That's Pooh Shitty.
Hold up, wait a minute, Zay. Who is that? Zay Ivy. Who do you know who's Pooh Shiesty? Yeah. All right, he don't know, so good. It's not in my house.
Oh boy, you got a good one, bud. I got some 5 and 6 year olds around here that know that, bud. Talking about some big bird. I'd be like, boy, you don't get your ass out of here.
but at the same time, are we? Because like you said something earlier, Crew Cut. Because I had to wait till I get to my 40s to get unlocked to understand what the truth about what's really going on, and I mean, I do bring that to my boys, especially to my young ones. How's it, or where can we find this research and knowledge to get to this fact that critical race theory won't even be critical to us? Because once we know who we are, that's the baseline. Once that's the foundation.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Start looking at them black codes. This would took me down the lane. I went looking for black codes in every state. Only one I was able to find was probably South Carolina and maybe Texas. Texas. But everybody else, you're not gonna find no black codes. But if you wanted to find the same codes that's on the black codes in every other state, they will be what you call Christian codes. That's when it was like a big punch in the face. Like, wait a minute. So now they saying if you are Christian, you are to be enslaved for the rest of your life. I'm like, oh, I was getting a little. So now I was like, why am I subscribing to something that's telling me by law in every state that if I subscribe to this, I'm already under law a slave, right?
Mentally, you're a slave. You're a slave.
But these are laws that ain't been lifted. A lot of these laws still run today. Folks don't even know it.
But just get back to what you was talking about.
Now he want to jump in.
Nah, I mean, y'all flowing. We talk about critical race theory. If it's a theory, then it still hasn't been proven, right? So we're trying to say that racism has not been proven. Are we trying to say that America hasn't been experiencing racism for the last 400 years? It's just a theory. A theory to who? It seems like it's been real to us for a long time.
Some people don't. Some black people really don't agree with this.
But I mean, listen to the whole premise of it. It's a theory.
Because the only thing that I hate about it is we use it as a notion of saying the white man is holding us back from being who we are. But then at the same time, when you look at our ancestors, wait a minute. But we look at our ancestors and they pushed and they pushed and they never stopped fighting. if we go back and see all these rebellion, wait a minute, I got somebody that, hey, I got a special guest for you. If he can come on, I got Mr. Walthrow that's gonna jump in on this, y'all.
He out there in the boonies.
But I mean, when did the hell they become to the fact that we become cowards as a people?
Right.
When can you point out and say this is a turning point? Because basically after the '60s, it was a wrap for that. Because it's like after you assassinated, Malcolm X, Dr.
Malcolm X,
Luther King.
everybody. They assassinated everybody.
So was it a plot? Because I mean, we go back and we can look at the FBI.
So where's the only place we can congregate? Where's the only place we can congregate at?
Uh-oh, is he on? Mr. Walthrow, are you there?
Can you hear us, Mr. Walthrow?
This is up.
Just give him a minute. Just let it load all in. Let all that stuff, get on over there where he at.
So is the fear of being killed turn us into a bunch of cowards?
Well, yeah, and the division and the dividingness of being divided.
I mean, you said turn us into cowards like we fear death, but yet Crew Cut said all we listen to is death music. So how can we fear death and that's all we think of, that's all we talk about, that's all we do? I think it's more we become so ununified, that we become about self so much that we just don't get together for important issues.
Well, I don't know.
I'm a firm believer, that segregation, when that was ended, that really doomed us.
Oh man,
my opinion.
Yeah, of course. You go to any race and segregate them, they're gonna fold. You go to separate anything, it's gonna fold.
Yeah. If I tell you are a minority, I am the majority.
How about China? Are they segregated?
They are. They got classes over there as well.
Yeah, they sure do.
I mean, and they can go. You go anywhere in the world, they have a community.
Right.
Yeah, even they poorest community. Yeah, you're correct. They take care of each other. They eat with each other. We don't eat without each other at all.
Or we sit at the table.
They build for those that are less fortunate.
But when you talk about like China or any other nation, that's what binds them together. They have a flag that they sit under. They have a nationality that they proud of. So when they see each other, it don't matter if they know each other, don't just meet each other in the city. They know they under the same flag.
Hey, Mr. Walter, you can I can text me your number, I call you, and you can talk through my phone, and everybody can hear you. You know how we used to get down. But no, I think if we had classes teaching history of who we would actually see that we were some powerful people. Because people go all the way to Egypt when you got pyramids right here on this land with your face all over it with dreads. You got slim niggas with big bellies.
Whoa, man. Why you had to hit the big belly?
Man, I'm talking about shots. I'm one of them strong, skinny, fat niggas, you know what I mean? I wear a medium, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is we left enough evidence here to show like, hey, this y'all. Ain't no Mexican down there with no dreads going down his back. Nowhere. That's not them. That's why that stuff is abandoned. Them folks don't know nothing to do with that stuff, man, because they didn't build it. How you think they make that blue dye down there? Georgia clay. They got to get the dirt from Georgia. So that show you the connection from here to there.
Hey, wait a minute. We got red clay in South Carolina. Are we trying to take? Don't
Hey,
you
man,
take
look,
sole
man,
possession of that damn clay?
listen.
We got red clay in damn
We got
Carolinas too.
special clay in Georgia.
No,
that
Carolina.
Blue dye down there in Central America. All right, that's all over them walls and stuff down there, and that they made that blue dye with. The dirt came from Georgia. Also, you got ruins, Mayan ruins down there by Macon right now that they got it blocked off to the public right now.
Oh wow!
So it's a lot of this stuff right here in our face, but they don't want you.
Talking about in Georgia?
Yeah, in Georgia.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest mine excavations.
Yeah, and they won't let no nigga go up there and look at this stuff.
You know why, right?
Huh?
You know why?
You don't be like, they don't want you to get that vibration or even go back in and try to assimilate what you was doing back then. That's what they're fearing.
They don't want you to realize that the Mayans are still in Georgia.
Right. We still here. That's what I've been saying it the longest. If you go back all the way back to DeSoto, when he's supposed to be the first explorer here in America, when he came to Georgia, what he said? It was some fucking Ethiopians. He thought it was some Africans. Well, no damn Africans. Just some Georgia boys.
That's true.
You're not gonna keep leaving South Carolina this damn thing, man.
Hey man, I already told
you. You know what? You know, he's saying Georgia, but Georgia wasn't Georgia then.
Oh no,
Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, it was all the same thing.
Yeah, you know, all that was together.
No, but you're giving Georgia too much goddamn credit. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey man. Hey, my ancestors come back to here on my mom's side and my dad's side.
Hey, how is Brian doing that, man? We got the Kung Fu Theater going on. He's doing this, yeah, man. Then he's still talking.
Who, me? All right, let me change my connection.
He said the Mayan are the Egyptian to check the words. Whoa, now that's deep.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, believe that there was a global society. So, those that were here in the Americas were the same that were in Africa, that were the same as in China. It was one global civilization. That's why there's a lot of pictures that you see, like with the dreads, and they had something that looks like a pocketbook, right? And they were like given this technology. They found it in China. They found it in South America. They found it in the Americas. The pictures are all the same.
Could we change? That's when we had a unified language.
So you gotta go back to the ancient treaties.
And see, that's the word that's so slippery when we use ancient, because ancient is how old.
Yeah, but when you look at the supposed to be ancient, since you said that, it shows you which nations was mingling with who.
True.
And it'll show you won't find nothing but people that look like us.
True.
People scared to see that though. Why?
Because they wasn't taught that, and it gets rid of their comfort. Most people are comfortable. They don't want to get uncomfortable. Most people comfortable with their 9 to 5s. That's an achievement. I got a job, I got a house, I got a car. Man, I done made it in life.
But
bougie.
You making someone else's life great and prosperous when you can be doing it for yourself.
Right. It's interesting. Bees like, why do they hold certain history, or why don't they tell certain history? You got to think every country is built on a power structure. And the power structure in America is white. So if I'm constantly giving you your history, at some point you want to change the power structure. You don't want to be under someone that conquered your land. You want the rightful owners to be in the right place in the power structure. That's what they're scared of.
And and also something that we can't overlook when we've achieved a certain status, we tend to thumb our nose at those that we can, that we've outdone or succeeded faster than or greater than, instead of, reaching back or coming back to help them build upon that same block that got you to success,
Right.
you know, and, because the other ethnicity structure is not going to change. It's going to be, we're going to have to really, really find a way to do it as Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? There's something that's going to have to happen. Whereas people want to strive to emulate Black Ross, for example, or
Right.
something greater than that. To empower to empower the Black community to want to do something good for others as well as themselves, instead of putting a bullet in the back of their head because of a disagreement or a lost fight, or over a female, or over money.
I got one for
I
you.
have people that owe me money now greater than 20 years, man. If I was,
Oh man, I got a phone call. I got one for
crew,
you.
go ahead, baby.
So say I asked one of the young men the other day, he said he needed to talk to us. So hey, hold on. Give me one second. Yeah, give me one second. All right, so he said he had a problem with one of the boys in the room, and the problem was his feet was stinking. So I said, well, why don't you talk to him? And the first thing he said was, what I'm supposed to do, shoot him? I'm like, that's the first thing y'all go to is trying to shoot something? You can skip the level of at least try to talk to him. Say, hey, bro, man, can you wash your feet? Your feet stink or something? Or try to pull him to the side and talk to him. We don't know how to talk to each other.
Communication is, and I think somebody hit that earlier. When it comes to other coaches versus us, we don't communicate with one. We don't communicate within the house. We let everything else raise. It's who's raising your kids or who's raising you.
Social, man.
The social aspect of who we are is
Congregate.
dead.
We don't congregate.
And if we do, you know what? It was kind of funny
You know,
because I was in the islands. They was having a little block party, 200-300 kids. Age limits, whatever. Not one argument, not one fight, not one disagreement. Everybody's enjoying life. Everybody's there to have fun. You know how scared that is for me to be in a crowd of that many people, being here in Philly, knowing that something's gonna pop off, and then you don't see no police, and everybody's sitting there talking. Everybody's having a good time. We can't even do that shit no more because everybody's always trying to be bigger than the other person. And that's the part about us knowing we don't know who the fuck we are. I hate to say that. And it hurts. It hurts that we argue.
Because we've got to, I mean, something as simple as a public pool would change the social aspect in a small town. I don't know how it would be in a big city, but I know in a small town, when everybody knows everywhere, the parents know everybody, the kids really don't know one another because they don't congregate. But if they go to these, you have a public pool where all kids love to swim, just about the majority of them anyway. You get to know these people. You get to learn how to talk to a girl, and you get to learn what not to do in a pool that'll save your life. You know what I'm saying? Or water will bring fear to you. So in essence, you get to learn about a little fear too. So you get a combination of lifelong lessons at that swimming pool. Something simple as a freaking swimming pool, man. And Brian, you can attest, and you to a certain extent too, Jerome. Gaffney no longer has that swimming pool, and I hadn't been there for decades. And look at the climate.
They took
People
that
don't
away.
know each other. And their first encounter is hate. Their first encounter with someone on the other side of town is hate.
Dude,
So,
and it's so
let's
fun,
go
and
to the
it's
pool.
crazy.
Who can hold our breath under the water the longest?
Or even playing any city sports. Everybody's playing basketball. I mean, we grew up. It was about we played baseball, but it was mostly football because we're a football city. Where me and Rex is from.
I grew up shooting basketball on the crate in the alley.
But at the same time, it hurts. You're right, Rex. Where do we? And then that turned out to be bad too. You know, I think when you go to a society, I mean, I was in a society that really don't have guns, and I think that does change the notion of how everything is because we took in on a European mindset when it comes to guns because we thinking that solves all the problems because look what our military do. We just go conquer the place and give it to whoever fucking hired us to do it, which is sad. You know, I mean, I coach inner city, baseball here, and it hurts when I'm the only male.
Well, Brian, all these books I done read about the Reconstruction, because y'all know I was going crazy about the Reconstruction. Every one of them called us ignorant.
True, and we fucking brilliant.
No, hold on. Ignorant means your ass don't know something, right?
Okay.
So they call us ignorant because the game that they was playing, we was ignorant to it. So we was ignorant. We didn't know what the fuck was going on.
All right, I got you.
Now we about to go through the same thing again. We being ignorant. Look how they just put Biden in. We was ignorantly voted for these folks because we didn't know that Biden. Well, most of us knew, but we was ignorant to not know, or maybe stupid. But
South Carolina did it for him. South Carolina did it.
Everybody voted for Biden.
South Carolina did it for him.
I said, Mama, why you vote? She said, I'm not giving the man 4 more years. I said, well, Biden is not it. I'm telling you.
Hey, Coach.
Huh?
You get his number so he can take it off of there?
Yeah, I would take it down, Walter. Y'all delete it.
I'm trying to see if I can delete it for him.
Mr. Walter. All right, y'all. Let's see what he got to say.
How can I delete that?
You got to go on the whoever page is on Jerome page. He got to delete.
It's on mine.
Oh, I'm calling him now.
No, that'd be on all three.
I was Wi-Fi calling. I hate that. I can't talk live and Wi-Fi call. It ain't gonna work.
Well, get off Wi-Fi there. Use your minute.
Oh, I did. Calm down, player.
I take it off.
No, it's still on there.
Oh, well, I took it off mine. It might have to reset.
Yeah, do it. That's why I wait for it to say call fail, and then you just call it right back. There you go. Call fail. Now, there you go. Go straight through. There you go.
Hello?
Hey, Mr. Waldo, this coach.
Hold on. Say that now?
This coach. How you doing?
What up, coach? My head is still bare.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah.
He says head still bare. I had this straw hat I had when I did the No Grandma Killers tour, and he told me to send it to him. I got to send him that straw hat. I got you, Mr. Waldo.
It's going to be my new fighting hat, man. You messing me up.
So what we got going on, Mr. Waldo?
Well, y'all the ones having the conversation. I'm just listening in.
Well,
Although I know that critical race is serious bullshittery. I hope don't nobody stop that because prevention along that 1619 project, and we know that's some.
You said a 1619 project?
Yeah, that's some completely wrong, man. That's a complete rewriting of the history. They taking the history of the black Indians and giving it to these things they name African American. No such thing as no African American.
Right.
That animal has never walked on this planet. That's somebody's ideal. That's an opinion. Opinions like assholes. Everybody got one of them. But that 1619 project and that critical race theory is tied in together, and both of them is nonsense. They stealing out. That's what they've been doing the whole time. That's why you don't know who you is, because they stole who you are from you and tried to give you somebody else stuff.
Then gave identity to somebody else.
Of course they did. Now they trying to give it to the African Americans. Man, y'all got to look and see what's going on. Now they done erased the classification of Negroes completely off the books. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, now so now it ain't no Negro history, it's African American history. Where the hell they keep finding these African Americans?
Yeah, ain't no more Negroes here. We African Americans now.
That's made up shit. That's real business. That's just like falling for the. That's just like falling for the line that white folks running everything. But white folks ain't never ran shit. They hold the conversation. They being you to keep you from actually.
Sound like you're saying to keep you from actually. He breaking up now.
And world in your life, and you're somebody that's suffering just like you suffer. Look across the street at that person looking through the window blind. Waste your time chasing no daggum smoke screen, man. You got to see what's really in front of you and the people that's out to get you.
Wait a minute, Mr. Waltho. You said don't be out here chasing no bag. That what you said?
Huh?
It sound like you said they out here chasing the bag.
Chasing the bag, all right. You the bag.
Hey, ask them who is the dark-skinned power brokers?
They want to know who is the dark-skinned power brokers.
You ever heard of a family called the Medicis?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
He said, yeah. Yes.
Them is the start of your dark-skinned power broker. Right there. You
That's
deal
the start.
with them and that Catholic church, and you just about got your eyeballs on the right target. Because nothing happened without the Catholic Church thing. And the Medicis finance everything. And guess what? They both started by black folks.
So it was all started by black folk.
Uh-oh, boy, this is on critical race theory we about to go. We getting some history going.
I can't hear you.
No, he said that's some history there. That's some critical race theory.
White folks, so-called white folks, make you have somebody to be mad at. Go back and check the wrong of this plantation. Go back and check the wrong of this folks. Go back and check the wrong of this.
He said, go back and check their bones. We had boats who's moving people around. They said your enemy had boats. They was moving people around. And that's how they end up getting scattered all across the world.
Yep. Sending us all over the place, man.
Oh yeah, I did
To the Caribbean, you name it.
with Tasha, I did that we did a build on the first slave boat from Massachusetts that went to Europe when they took those they took American Indians off the streets. And they put them on the boat, but when they got them over there, the niggas was they said they was rolled. They said it was like send them niggas home. You can't do nothing with them. They said they couldn't do nothing with them folk.
But you gotta see now, slavery in America started in 1492 for Christopher Columbus. And that was an unregulated slavery up until 1619. 1619, they called it trying to keep records. But how many American Indians got shipped after? and Europe and Spain and Portugal before they started keeping count. When those smallpox come running through, we never get falling.
Yeah, I don't believe the smallpox theory because they saying that it killed 90 million American Indians. I don't believe that. Man, you be finding bones every day. Hey, you'll be finding bones every day, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but you don't do you.
Oh, Jerome and caught off on us. I think we running late tonight, ain't we?
Yeah, Jerome had to get signed off because he got to go. He got to do some things in the morning.
But yeah, Mr. Waltho, if we running late tonight. Did you want to say anything before we get up off here? All right. He said, "Don't go down the street looking for your oppressor." He stay across. He stay across the street from you.
Interesting. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love.
He said it's a trap. Right. That's right. Nah, you can't. He said you can't play no games you don't make the rules to. All right, Mr. Waltho. I hit you up. Save my number. All right.
Wow. Hey, that's old knowledge thrown at you.
Hey, Mr. Waltho got a book full. I'm talking about he'll hit you with a gym every day of the week. You be like, where are you finding this stuff at? He tough. I'm telling you, man, he tough. He keep you researching, he keep you looking.
Yeah, he gonna make me. I'm gonna study that Negro Act
1790. 1790.
Oh yeah, I will. Because he keep putting it up. That's the second time I've seen him put that up. So I definitely need to get on. I need to get on that.
He's trying to get you to pay attention.
So
look at it from, I guess, the way he see it.
All right. You know, Rex, I appreciate you coming on today. You know, stepping up with the big dogs.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it. Been a minute.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming through, big homie.
Go ahead and get your last words in.
Who, me?
No.
So, once again, thanks for having me, man. It's it's always a pleasure, man. Even though I pretty much know the personalities, I still learn something every time I, associate or affiliate with you. So I appreciate the invite, and I look forward to seeing you brothers again.
All right. Crew cut. Get your last words in.
Go find your family, man. That's all I got to tell the world. Go find out who your family is. Your family. Dig deep, especially your mamas. Find out who your mama's mama is. And I bet you, find out where she stayed at, find out her last name, and find out what she did and what they did and what your family did during that time. And I bet you it'll shock the hell out you of who you was as a people at that time. Because I'm just telling you, that's all you got to do. It'll change a lot for you.
The thing about it that I always tell everybody, you got to know thyself and understand who you are. Because once you understand who you are, you stand on top of something and nobody can knock you down off your soapbox. I do have to do one special announcement. If I don't, I probably won't be able to sleep tonight. But no, I ain't gonna say that. My wife makes these beautiful wreaths. It's looking for a way to spruce up your front door entrance. Her name, her IG is made by AE. So it's AE design. So I have to sponsor my wife. my other half again. So she make Reeves. So she told me, she ain't tell me, but I'd say I got to support my wife. I got to support what she does. She trying to get her business up and running.
She
So,
told
so she make these beautiful Reeves. Reefs. So I wanted to put that out there. So she can't say she didn't been part of my podcast because she won't get on here. Because but at the same time, I appreciate your brothers too. We did an hour and a half, man. Oh man, the way we do it, we get to talking, man. Sometimes we forget about time. Jerome had to, Jerome got that early morning shift, so
I'm about to go to work now.
you see, now he getting ready to go to, crew cook getting ready to go to work. But appreciate everybody to come on. Check out our Instagram, not Instagram, but our YouTube page, Three Headed Monster Podcast. Hit the like button, share that. If you got any problems, any questions, anything like that, you can drop us on the email. Oh, you know what? Let me put the banner down for the email at threeheadedmonster17@gmail.com. So, or you could even hit us on Twitter, the Three Headed Monster Podcast on Twitter. So we trying to expand. I appreciate your brothers being on. I just much love, because Rex is out of Boston. Got crew cut all the way down from Georgia, and I'm in Philadelphia. So hey, communication is communication, man. But thank you, brothers, for being on for the tonight, man. Thank you. Wait a minute, somebody. Wait a minute, who had a comment?
Don't see more comments.
Oh, fuck it then. All right, y'all.
All right, bro.
Again, this is the Three Headed Monster Podcast. Peace.
Peace.